for all these years, if the cash flow is negative, we're going to make the modified cash flow 0. Otherwise, the value of the cash flow itself. No problem. All right. As you can see, in this example, year 3 cash flow is negative. Year 3 modified cash flow is 0. On this one, again, I'm going to make that red as well. Oops. Here's what we're going to do. Excel has a function called SUMIF. It has 3 arguments. The first argument is, in fact, let me use the function helper. SUMIF. The first argument is range, where you're going to check a condition. It's from 0 to 100. Okay. The second one is criteria. You put it in quotes, less than 0. The third one is, what are the things you're going to be adding? It doesn't have to be the range. In this case, I'm going to add the present values. If you look at it, that produced negative 41,269.72. Why? Obviously, period 0 is negative, that's 30,000, plus the present value of year 3 cash flow, which is negative 11,269.72. It basically says, think of this as a project where the cost is 41,269.72, and you have only 2 years of positive cash flows instead of 3 years with 25, 30, negative 15. And we're going to calculate MER. It's basically IRR using modified cash flows. Since we modified it, let me use a different color on that. We modified it to make sure that it is a conventional cash flows. We know that IRR for that set is unique. So that's the modified internal rate of return. It's that simple. Obviously, the rule is the same. If MER is greater than the discount rate, you accept, otherwise you don't. If the project is conventional, IRR and modified IRR is going to be exactly the same. For example, let's use these. Negative 15,000, 30,000. As you can see, they are different. IRR and MER. This may still be a unique solution, but I would always go with modified internal rate of return in this case. At 14% discount rate, no, they still give the same, yeah, but they're different. All right. Now, there is one more, technically 2 more, but one of them is just an extension of the other. We're going to talk about something called payback rule or payback period. It's basically how long does it take to recover your investment? The way we're gonna do it, payback equals, let's call it T star minus minus, let's call it dB over CT. I'm gonna say what these are. T star is the last year before running cash flow turns non-negative. dB is value of running cash flow in year T star. CT is value of cash flow in year T star plus 1. When we put numbers in, that's gonna mean a little bit more. It's gonna be clear a little bit more. Let me change this to 5. Okay. And let me put some names here. Let's call it T star. Def before, cash after, payback. Looking at here, in what year cash flow turns non-negative? Running cash flow turns non-negative. I'm going to have a visually better way of doing it, but for now, just look at the numbers.
First year, right? It's the first year, right? It's positive on the first year.
No, running cash flow.
Oh. Oops.
In what year it turns non-negative?
So the third.
Third, so T star is 2. It's the year before it turns non-negative, okay? And deficit that year, I'm gonna actually do the following. VLOOKUP, select the whole thing, oh, I'm sorry. What are we looking for? We're looking for T star. Select the whole thing. Once you find a match, 1, 2, 3, 4th. And we want an exact match, false. And we'll do the formatting. Let me actually do this. And let me do the formatting for this. Or we'll do a different color. And this is VLOOKUP T star plus 1. Where am I looking? In the first two. Once I find a match, I'll get the second column. So this basically says the year before it turned positive or non-negative, there was an $8,000 deficit that I had not recovered yet. During the year it turned non-negative, I get a cash flow of 17.5. We're going to basically prorate that. So payback is 2 year minus, the reason I use minus, the deficit number is minus there. What portion of year 3 is required to get exactly $8,000? So you get paid in 2.457 years. Here we're assuming that during a year cash comes at a uniform rate. Since we don't know any better, that's the idea behind payback. Now, this actually you have to enter as an input, so let me copy, paste. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn the running cash flow green as soon as it flips sign, okay? So I'm going to apply the conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, more rules, use a formula to determine which cells to format, and formula is and means there are multiple conditions, both of them are true. Current one is greater than or equal to 0, and the previous one is less than 0. Oh, I forgot to say what's the formatting. And I want to make sure that these are absolute references. These are not absolute references. And format is make the fill light green. Copy, paste specialty formatting. What do you know? Let me use a different color for better visibility. I guess you guys see it better, but not necessarily on my screen. All right, conditional formatting, manage rules, edit rule.